well, locally and internationally. The second research, which we are talking with the government agency to work on, is the impact of the deep sea port in Lekki, the traffic impact of the deep sea port along the Lekki corridor. It's a disaster waiting to happen. In fact, someone told me that they're also planning to build airport there. That's additional disaster. Anyway, those who live in Lekki, don't worry. When time reach, we will have accommodation for you guys around this side. Because the time will come. The time will come. So that one we are discussing with Shippers Council. The third one is the need to have conditioning facilities at the airport. That is cold chain facilities at the airport. You can't say you are exporting, yet people are exporting who go from Nigeria and the rest of them. Once they miss their flight, that's it. It's all gone. But if you have a conditioning center, it will keep the ugu, vegetables, and the rest of them fresh until the next flight comes. So those are the three research projects. So you can see that we have a handful of things to do. So just welcome, and I don't want to bore you with all this. Just relax and then enjoy yourself, and I'm sure I will get opportunity to talk. Then again, we have awards. We have awards, which is the first in Nigeria, already registered. In fact, somebody who was interviewing me asked me, are they going to assume that this will happen on an annual basis? I said, well, that's our wish, that it happens on an annual basis, at least to recognize excellence in the industry, across the industry. A bit of public sector and majority in the private sector. So that's why we're here, and we have a good DJ. We have a young musician who will supply you some good music. So please enjoy yourself. Thank you very much. Malechi, did I keep it short?
I don't know what you expect me to say. Am I supposed to disagree with you? That would be wrong. So, while the DG was giving the speech, the future of ACSC, the keynote speaker of the day, Mr. Temitope Bandele, walked in. Please, a round of applause for the keynote speaker, please. Mr. Temitope, information reaching me says that you like to be called TT. That's your preferred name. So for the rest of the evening, I shall be calling you TT. And because I want to be like him when I grow up, please be calling me MM now, everyone. So, it's the spirit of Christmas. We are all in the Christmas spirit, right? Right? Eh? Who said no? Please join me in the Christmas spirit. Even if you are not in the Christmas spirit, just join me. So it's the spirit of Christmas. DJ, I need something to play. I need to hear something. Can I hear it?
Don't want a lot. Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Christmas. So because we are talking about what we want for Christmas, I'm going to walk around randomly. Everyone here has a wish for Christmas? Something you want someone to give you. You never can tell. Santa might be looking. He might be somewhere. You know, even if you've been naughty or nice, he will still answer you. Not to worry, I have his number. I'll call him. So, I'm going to walk around randomly, and I'm going to pick a few people to tell me what they want for Christmas. You know, let's know. And if it's something that Santa can afford, or MM can afford, or TT can afford, you know, it might happen. Okay. He has told me, of course, so I can go to town. But please be accommodating, you know. Remember that the economy is not friendly. So I'm walking around and I will stop. Should I stop at you? Tell me, I'm ready. What do you want for Christmas? Can you go here? And I'm holding mic. It's the same mic we are using. Say it where? You want a plane trip to Dubai? They said we should not be coming to Dubai now. Are you married? It's only with your family, oh. That's how Dubai is doing it now. They say they don't say they are not giving us visa. This is not this Christmas, maybe next Christmas. Hello, what do you want for Christmas? Now, wow. Which type? You must have a preference, I know. Maybe I don't know me that real. You know the model of it? Just an SUV Benz. You know it if you see it. Okay, Santa might be. How will Santa carry it on that? You consider it now. How will Santa put it in that bag? He should give you the key. Then you now go up to connect it from the North Pole. Hello, good evening. What do you want for Christmas? Nothing. You want something? I'll give you a pack of Vicks.
No, definitely not.
Izu. Kukuba dropped us now. What is this we're talking in the market now? No, I said, what do you want for Christmas? Not, how do you want to kill us this Christmas?
Petrol.
Yes. Logistics people, right? Anyone from supply chain industry that does lifting of crude and petrol, please, she wants 1 year supply of petrol. Now, wow. I'm not afraid to even ask anybody again. One person that said Santa should put car inside bag. Another one says he wants to go to a country that you are not allowed into. Now you want 1 year supply. Somebody wants to tell me something. Or you want to give her 1 year supply?
I want a return ticket to Portugal. Return ticket to Portugal.
Okay. You want something different too? I'm coming. Portugal, Abi? Noted. Which one? The one in Lagos or We can try Port Harcourt. There's port in it. Just take it. Leave the sugar. Just take port. What do you want for Christmas?
My want is kind of different from others. So what I want for Christmas is to be able to go back home, feel safe, and have the Christmas that we've always had, where everybody comes together, we visit without fear of anything, and there's Ramadan and how we wake up in the morning, with the cold, and everybody's together, you eat together, you can move from one place to another without fearing that you are abducted. That is what I want for my Christmas. I want the old times that were
Okay. So, I'm sure you're all wondering why I had to come to the front to respond to this particular request. It shocked me. However, not far-fetched, not something Santa can do. 1 second. I have a call from Santa. Oh yeah. Oh really? yeah, sure. I'll let him. So, yes, Santa has responded to me. Santa says he cannot grant wishes. 1 second, not to you. I'm responding to everybody one after the other. Sir, for Dubai, Santa says he can grant that wish, but the challenge is you are not allowed in the country. So when they allow you, communicate to him that year. Hopefully, I will be available to take your request. For the band, Santa actually spoke Latin to you for your band, and he said, "Nemo that what not happen." Okay. He says you cannot give what you do not have. Do you understand what that means? Okay, I'll explain to you. Santa says that he cannot be on a slave and be giving you bends. But if you want a slave SUV, he can work on it for you. Mr. Portugal. No, did I jump? Petrol. No, sir, you said diesel. You said petrol. Let's start with petrol because the price is lower. Santa says you don't like our car. That people are moving to electric cars and you are saying that we should stick to one petrol. Santa says no. That he can make a sleigh available to you. And I can tell you that the sleigh is easy. You eat grass and you carry it on your feet. He's willing to put a roof on top. His own does not have roof because he moves around on the morning. But knowing that you are here, he will and then he put backlog for the door so he goes through your business. I will let you. So, sir, for diesel, Santa says it's expensive. He says he cannot do that one. He has other places he has to do, so it's too cost. Santa says it's too cost, sir. Say you leave him, that you go please have mercy, sir. Mr. Portugal. Santa says you can do better cut. But the accommodation they have in Port Harcourt is a Rubugbo. Do you know Rubugbo? No, the one that Santa has is in Rubugbo. I don't think that's there. Sir, Lagos is at the Express Road, I'm kidnappers, they're asking about Port Harcourt. When they started kidnapping people, sorry, Port Harcourt people, apologies. I'm a part Port Harcourt boy. Sir, he says that place you are asking, that thing you are asking for, that he can give you Rubugbo. And I must stay 1 week. Sometimes not that name. Even the meaning of that name should warn you that you shouldn't stay there. For those that understand people, you know what I'm saying. Finally, man. Santa helps you. Santa says that your wishes can come true. However, you just have to wait a tad bit for the future. When they can create a time machine to take Nigeria back to its glory days. For now, Santa says they are working on that time machine. Is that fair? Santa is not a scam. Don't spoil Christmas for us. Santa is not a scam. Santa is an amazing fellow that has taken time to meet all your needs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all the support. We are going to have fun. We are going to continue to have fun this evening. For now, let's listen to a bit of music, and then after that, our keynote speaker will come up.
Wine, a little late romance, so chain reaction.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our keynote address. However, before I call up the keynote speaker, Mr. Temitope Bandele, I'd like to read his profile to you shortly. Mr. Temitope Bamidele TT, as he prefers to be called, is the Director of Supply Chain, Sub-Saharan Africa for Friesland Campina. He has over 16 years experience in providing solutions to complex supply chain problems after moving away from the banking industry in 2006. TT is a supply chain enthusiast, a polymath, career and financial coach, creative entrepreneur, content creator, and an unrepentant investor. He's the creative director of a multi-dynamic value network under the name Masterclass with Tope Bandele MCTB. MCTB is a platform that comprises of various dynamic purposes and value-driven individuals. Temi Tope is a member of the Association of Supply Chain Management, ASCM, with certifications in some APICS, CPIM, certified in planning and inventory management, and the certified supply chain professionals. He's a member of the Chartered Institute of Purchasing Supply Chain London, a member of the Project Management Institute also. He's an active member of the Supply Chain Professionals in Nigeria and a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management. He has his first degree in electrical engineering and obtained a master's degree MSc in operations and supply chain management from University of Liverpool. He's also an alumnus of the London Business School with certificates in lead to win leadership among several other developmental courses. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor and privilege to call on the keynote speaker, Mr. Temitope Bandele TT, as he prefers to be called. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, while that was going on, I was wondering who was it talking about. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me here today, and I think it's a great pleasure to be amongst great men and women. My time is up. Okay, we will talk about technology also. All right, so who should I prompt? Who is in the control of the slides? Okay, well, I may just not prompt you. Maybe you just flow with the tide, if you understand supply chain. All right, so thank you very much. All protocols duly observed. I really want to say a very big thank you. It's an honor to be part of this esteemed community and also to be here today. I can see a lot of known faces, and I can see a lot of fathers in the industries and mothers in the industries as well. So I count it as a great privilege to stand before you today as a keynote speaker for this event. Thank you very much. So, as I said, all protocols duly observed. Can we have the slide, please? Okay, it's coming. All right, while it's coming, I think I might just take a bit of the work of the MC today. I don't know if he has been paid, but probably if he has not been paid, I might just take the balance of his money today. So it's Christmas, so let's talk about safety. I want to believe that every one of you, actually I'm used to this, talking about safety in every organization, every meeting that I am, and I think that it's important that we also understand that towards this Yuletide season, it is very, very important for us to keep a very low profile. Things are happening, even in Lagos or even in the north, things are really happening, and as much as possible, it is wise for us to stay safe by, first of all, avoid late nights. As much as possible, also, please keep a very, very low profile during this period. It is also towards the election period, and there's a lot of ask now from our very good friends. I don't want to mention them, the other people that will take someone and ask for new Naira notes. The hacks is very, very I know it's becoming the biggest industry today in Nigeria, and that's kidnapping. So please, as much as possible, let's make sure that we stay safe. And I believe that depending on the religion you are, we all serve the same God. So God will definitely continue to preserve us and protect us. Are we ready now, sir? Oh, okay, we are not ready. All right, so I will still talk a little bit about myself. The introduction had gone out, but I want to say that this is the best place I can find myself, and that is supply chain. I remember my days in the bank then, and I thought I was balling. I thought I was really doing well. I'm not saying bankers are not doing well. Of course, bankers are doing great. But I think I just found my passion. I found my focus, and I found myself in the most complex organization and the most complex industry ever, where no 2 days are the same. Where what you do today, you definitely cannot use the same approach or the same learning to even go into the following day. But we are all here today. We are the heartbeats of every industry, and I think we deserve a round of applause for that. Okay, finally. All right, thank you so much, the technical team. I really appreciate your patience. Okay, so I've been asked to speak on leveraging supply chain excellence in the changing world order, and it just, I think I'm going to have to give you signals, right? So just stay with me, okay? All right, thank you very much. So if you can every one of us sitting here today, about 4 years ago, our lives were close to normal, okay? Even though we thought we were ready for a changing world, but little did we realize that we were in for a new definition of what a changing world is. From the effect of COVID-19 had and still have on our economy, and now it's changed our lives entirely, to the decline in global GDP and spike in oil prices and other commodities. Several disruptions after and are still coming. Humanity had to accelerate responses to cope with these unprecedented levels of change we have and had to endure this past few years. Okay, if you look at this, and I know a lot of you are so familiar with this, this beautiful slide, okay, and many of us seated here today probably wouldn't have believed it early 2021 if we were told that a single vessel could ground and halt over 400 container ship for 1 week. It was for 6 days, and it was like the world was over at that time. The blockage of the Suez Canal by the container vessel called Ever Given caused disruption to the delivery of over 9 billion watts of goods each day. Almost 10, okay, with an equivalent trade worth of over 400 million every hour, okay. For several months, our dear Ever Given vessel was dislodged. The stranding created congestion and major global trade hubs, including Singapore, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Netherlands, and what have you, due to schedule disruptions. Analysts suggest that Europe has experienced the strongest impact of the stranding. However, you and I know that the companies in Africa and Asia were not only deeply affected by the delay of the shipment from Europe, but also by a shortage of empty containers returning to those regions. The East incident actually exacerbated the shortage of containers already caused by COVID-19 supply chain issues. We can just go to the next slide. And as if the world wasn't complex enough, the world is battling with high inflation rates, and Africa, where we are today, is not exempted from this experience. With countries on the continent printing record high inflation rate in 2022, the surge in inflation rate is following the rally in crude oil prices amidst the face-off between Russia and Ukraine, which has really caused a lot of disruption in the energy world sector today. The rising cost of energy around the world has translated to a significant uptrend being witnessed in most economies, including yours and mine, as prices of goods and services have reached unprecedented levels. The International Monetary Fund today has projected that the present inflationary pressure will continue until 2023, leading to further concerns over a consequent global economic recession. The world is changing fast, and at this pace, you will all agree with me that disruption is the new normal. How many of us agree with me that disruption is not the new normal? Okay. A new report by the German software giant SAP, which we all know, found that more than half of surveyed corporations see no end to the turbulence in sight, unfortunately. Furthermore, nearly half predict the issues will last until somewhere around Q3 2023, if not through the end of next year itself. The most pressing challenges including global political unrest, insufficient availability of raw materials and components, fuel, and energy cost that is skyrocketing, changes in regulation and compliance, rising interest rates, and a general lack of contingency plans across our industries. Having all this to contend with, 52% of companies report that require major supply chain transformation, with another 39% thereabout needing at least some improvement. And that is why we are here today. If you can go to the next slide. Now, let us bring it down home, okay? We've talked about things happening globally. Now let's talk about what is happening in Africa. Okay, so in 2013, I worked with a very great boss and one of the most dynamic supply chain enthusiasts that I've ever known. His name is Pinnick Ete. Some of you might know him. And he told me while I was working for him in Unilever, he said to me, and he told me one salient point that I will never forget, it will forever resonate with me. And he said, supply chain is the only function that separates the men from the boys. He says, this is not a game. It is not a game of nice players, but it's a game of smart players. And today, I can really tell you, it is not about how nice you are or how harsh you are in this organization or in this industry. It is actually how smart you are. Okay? So here are the fun facts. Listen to me. Supply chain disruptions have been the norm even before COVID. Do you agree with me? So it is not COVID that brought about supply chain disruption. It has been there. And we haven't even seen the end yet. It is not a cause. Neither is it a prayer. Okay? Maybe never. Maybe we're not even going to see the end of supply chain disruption. Secondly, supply chain disruptions are more pronounced when it is affected by long lead times, poor logistics infrastructure, which we are experiencing in Nigeria today or in Africa today, currency devaluation, which we are experiencing in Nigeria and in Ghana, okay, and other African countries, insecurity, which has become our norm and what we wake up with and sleep with in Nigeria, okay? And this will not go away so soon. The environment we play actually determines the agility of your supply chain. And I'm going to tell you a short story. So I had to work in Alta in Belgium for just about a week. And during that visit, I was in the warehouse. Okay, so the warehouse it's actually the biggest warehouse we have in Eastern Campina worldwide. And only 6 people actually run the entire warehouse. And from the glass house in that warehouse, the managers are there and they can see everything that is happening in the warehouse. And there was a screen, electronic screen in their office, which they call, I can't remember what they call it, but it actually tracks and monitors every truck that comes into load. And guess what? Every truck that will be loading for that day is already listed with their plate registration numbers and with the time get in and get out, even when these trucks were not even there. And I said, no, this can never happen. And I thought it was a joke. And right there and then, my host said, just look outside the window. There was a truck with a plate number that should arrive at 10:15. And I looked outside the window, lo and behold, 10:13, this same truck was driving in. And I can imagine how efficient that kind of supply chain would be when you know when a truck will get in, when it will get out. And the loading time is a KPI not for the company, but for the truck driver, who definitely will just walk in, park his truck, okay, and take a handheld scanner and scan the goods and move with a hand pallet pusher into his trucks, load it, and move out to a customer. I wish we can do that in Nigeria. When the average time it takes for a truck, a container to get out of Apapa is actually longer than the same lead time it takes the same container to come in from Europe. So your supply chain is determined by your environment, and that is why I get worried and surprised when some global companies actually measure and benchmark us against themselves, where they don't have the problems that we have, and they sit in that ivory tower and question our system, question our supply chain activities, question our intelligence. This will definitely not work. So supply chain for me, it is the supply chain of my environment. It is not textbooks. It is not things you watch in or see in the internet and download and say that is KPI that I must be measured against. And the few people that know me know that I will not take that. If you are saying it takes average of 24 hours to deliver in Netherlands, here it is 24 days, and it is 24 days. Wherever you take that to, you have to build it into your own system. The commercial guys have to build it into the organizational KPI structure. The business itself has to build this into their metrics and measurements. And I think that is where we then understand what supply chain is. So enough of this textbook supply chain. Enough of people telling us how to do it from Europe, from Netherlands, from France and Belgium, when they've not experienced their Papa gridlock. Enough of this. And it takes you and I to make this work. It takes you and I to make our voice heard. Okay, so if you can go to the next slide, please. So leveraging supply chain excellence in this changing world would require a steep paradigm shift. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? We are discussing here, so I need your response as well. The currency and the fuel of this change would evolve around 3 main levers, and it's namely people, process, and technology. So it's the PPT of supply chain. I read somewhere and read a term, excellence refers to the quality of being extremely good at something. If you scratch the surface and what it means to be really good at supply chain management, you will likely come across an excerpt like delivering the right product in the right quantity to the right people at the right place in the right time at the lowest possible cost. Am I right? However, as you and I know, that sentence is a lot easier said than done. It is a lot easier written than achieved. And while the statement above may still be accurate in today's world, supply chain excellence, sorry, go back to the previous slide, I'm not there yet. Supply chain excellence goes much deeper and involves several other defining characteristics. So let's go back to the basics. When supply chain excel, there are open lines of communication and the establishment of common goals across all key supply chain functions, including purchasing and procurement, manufacturing, distribution, and sales. This will mean functional and organizational silos have to be broken down, and there's a culture of collaboration across the end-to-end chain to get net value for all stakeholders. Let's now see what supply chain excellence is, evolving around these 3 major levers. So I'll start with the people. The greatest asset of today's supply chain is what? Is the people. Capability development is something I am so passionate about, and a few of the people here can testify to that. So people make the supply chain, and I'm quite glad that my generation is lucky to experience a revolution in the supply chain capability space in Africa and also in Nigeria. So at this point, I believe the effort of the Africa Center for Supply Chain and that of Multimix Academy in Nigeria and Africa as a whole deserves commendation and indeed a round of applause from every one of us. There's never been any time better than this for Africa to have such a body as the ACSC. So the second lever is process, especially supply chain process. So I'll break it down. Like S&OP moving beyond just ticking the box to becoming the determinant of whether S&OP says an operational planning. For those of us that may not know, I believe that we all know. From moving from just seeing it as a component of structure in an organization, okay, to becoming the determinant of whether a company will survive or perish. The demand planning process is taking a real beating with forecast accuracy nosediving for a lot of companies. And I'm just going to take a short survey here. For those of you that measure forecast accuracy, if your forecast accuracy in your organization is above 90%, can I see your answer? Okay, I'll just say we should all go home and you will be the only one in this hall. If it's above 80%, meaning out of 10, you achieve 8. Okay, 70, 60%, 50%, okay, 50, 40%. That is the reality now. So our forecast accuracy, our reliability of what we say we want to do or sell has really gone so bad. And why? Because we don't even know what tomorrow holds. You can already say you want to sell this for next month, for next 1 year, and boom, dollar moves from 500 to 700. Your volume declines, your inventory rises, and everything stays. Your line manager is chasing you for working capital topic. Your sales guys are chasing you for non-availability. So this had become so important at this time that we just need to move away from this textbook's way of working into reality. So the reasons actually is not far-fetched. The historical data and old methods, which have for years sufficed, can no longer be trusted. Supply chain folks must up their game to be able to remain relevant. That is the order of the day. So the last but not the least is technology. My yoga, it's technology. So this already sells itself. Supply chain management evolution is tied umbilically to technological advances, which we call IT or digital, as the case may be. Now more than ever, organizations need to integrate technology at the core of their strategy. Technology makes everything better. Let's even start with the demand planning itself, okay, the forecasting. There's a saying that goes, the planning of the future will only have 2 employees, a man and a dog. The man will be there to feed the dog will be there to keep the man from touching the system. So with advances in AI and statistical tools, leveraging on IT planning system can give you your supply chain capabilities that are required, which is actually the new world order. And when we talk about IT systems today, I'm talking about local IT systems, tailored to your local systems, tailored to your local business, and not using a system abroad to run an Apapa to Ikeja supply chain. Okay, you can go to the next slide, please. So a deeper look at supply chain performances highlights that it's either you're focused on being lean, efficient, like you find in most FMCG today, who have been operating for years and have better demand predictability due to substantial historical data available, or you are being agile, meaning you're responsive, like most startups or innovation companies who have high demand or certainty. The lean agile spectrum recognizes that companies can neither be fully lean or fully agile. Every organization sits somewhere just in between. When your supply chain is leaner, you focus on less cost. When it is agile, it is focused on less stock out. Can I say that again? When your supply chain is leaner, you're focusing on less cost. Well, when you are agile, you are focusing on less stock out. This addresses the salient concerns for either of the preferred ends of the spectrum. However, you will agree with me that the overriding statement across supply chains pre-COVID was to find ways to become more efficient. Lean was the order of the day then. Keep less and less inventory target. We're always benchmarked against previous years. I can imagine every time there's always a benchmark. What happened last year? Okay, where are you today? Was the dollar that was last year what we have today? The insecurity, the not today, was it as at what we had last year? So, but that's the world we have. We will continue to be benchmarked against previous year. Okay, forcing our shipping lines and transporters to reduce rate, to pursue efficiencies at the expense of agility. To meet the increasing pressure from our supply chain procurement managers across the globe, after all, they say why keeping redundant freight capacity, you need to be agile. Okay, so what could possibly go wrong? Just be agile. And this has caused the disruption in the global supply chain that we have today. And what we need is responsiveness. Okay, then this was the nomenclature supply chain was known about. Then boom, COVID came. Activities ground to a halt. Demand soars globally, and all of a sudden shelves are empty faster than replenishment. As inventory has been lean, the old world panics. Then the bullwhip effect came to play. Now logistics companies are scrambling to navigate the crisis unsuccessfully. Just yesterday, they were forced by supply chain managers at the behest of the organization to shed off unwanted capacity, losing agility just to remain competitive. Now today, the whole world is blaming them for blank sailing. The whole world is blaming them for exponential freight cost increase. And I'm sure every one of us here have received one blame or the other from our CEOs or our corporate bodies for not delivering on time or for having high inventory. So post-COVID era has pushed sentiment towards the agile end of the spectrum. What's the point of being lean and you're starving to death? To remain relevant, supply chain must be agile and we must be ready. Agile enough to have the ability to be responsive and ready to adjust whenever necessary. Product availability cannot and must not be sacrificed, even if it means moving from just in time to just in case. Okay, so why are we here? Next slide. And what do we need to do? I'm going to give us a few supply chain acts necessary in the changing world order. The first is embrace sustainability. Next slide, please. Sustainability is the order of the day. Sustainability not just in the product itself, but also in our processes. Sustainability in the succession planning. How many of you have heard the word JAPA? Okay, so you might say it's not supply chain thing, but it is. There is high drought right now in capability and experienced hands in organizations. People are so lost that they don't know what to do because their best hands are off. They have jackpot to the UK, jackpot to Canada. So sustainability helps build resilience for now and for the future, helps to reduce cost in the long term, and also it protects the environment. Next slide. And that's on inventory. If you want to remain agile, inventory actually rules the world. It's about going from just in time to just in case. So do not just be lame, otherwise you're going to starve to death. Make sure that you're agile. At the same time, you need to manage your cash flow using your accounts receivable and accounts payable as a balance mechanism. The next slide, please. And that's about, let me talk a little bit about local sourcing. And I think that is the way out as an organization, or as a company. It's about localization, okay? Risk and tech lead time reduction, you will definitely get that. Improve supply chain agility. And I want to say a very big thank you to some companies that are already looking into backward integration. Mine is, Christian Capital, and also Nestle, and some other companies are also looking into backward integration. And I think in the years to come, this will be the winner, the other winner for us as a company. We can go to the next slide. And which talks about diversification. We need to diversify our sourcing point, especially for critical materials. Please go to the next slide because of time. And I talk about digitalization as well. We need to enable supply chain capability with digital IT. So it's no longer business as usual. Okay? It's either you digitalize now or you die if it's not already at the core of your strategy. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. So in 2020, the estimated value for out of stock items was about 1.14 trillion globally. End-to-end supply chain excellence until they focus on mainly efficiency. Okay? Post-COVID, availability is now the new innovation. Having product on shelf is far better than having new product. But more beyond availability, listen to this, supply chain need to be at the pivotal point of driving affordability, especially in this area where the disposable incomes drives our product penetration. Our crucial factor connects each supply chain cost reduction strategy, and that is what? That is data. Before you can make a plan to save money, you must establish a starting baseline. We need to develop and train our supply chain instrument to fully understand how and what is needed to perform a cost to serve analysis that looks at costs related to your business overhead, customer service, planning, and of course logistics and many other factors. Only then can you effectively track the success of your effort. You are expected to continually look for ways to reduce logistics costs while still operating your business efficiently. One of the simplest ways to keep logistics costs under control is to manage your orders and deliveries effectively. Okay, I'm just going to skip that. Okay, so, but still, at the same time, you need to weigh the pros and cons of your local versus international materials sourcing. Arguably, the purchase price of international products sometimes is even lower than local counterparts. Do you agree with me? Why? Do you know why? Cost of production. our economy itself. So we got a new procurement guy, and he was so shocked that it is cheaper for us to actually import pig milk from Netherlands than producing in Nigeria. Far cheaper. Far cheaper. And you can wonder, where are we going as a business? Where are we going as a nation? So some companies are merely just surviving today because people need to have jobs, because we just need to be relevant as an economy, as a company as itself. But when we look at people still importing toothpick into the nation today, importing sachet water packs, importing nylons into the company, then you wonder where we're going as a nation. We as supply chain experts need to realize how important we are in the scheme of things in every organization. According to Well Software, it is not organizations that are competing. It is the supply chain that are actually competing. Show me a growing and successful organization, I will show you a great and effective supply chain team. I have few takeouts. It's on the next slide. And I'll say, if you've not heard anything I've said today, if you're not going to take anything today, just take this with you. Be agile and be ready. It will be tougher. Agility is in vogue, but should be achieved as efficient as possible. Win with your people, process, and technology. Sustainability-based supply chain are future-proof. Africa must rise. Take supply chain beyond just a profession, but a life. Next slide. Africa must rise. We must wake up to the responsibility of seeing supply chain beyond buying and selling. We must see supply chain beyond clearing and forwarding. We must begin to see it as an organic apparatus for economic revival. We have to see supply chain beyond the profession, but the fuel for growth of our nation's economy. Africa's supply chain is so unique in its own pride and nuances that seems not normal in other supply chains. Europe, for example. What is obtainable here, you don't find it in the Western world, which brings some conflict in the interpretation of performance indicators, as I've said before, and result from Africa to the Western world. We need to rewrite our own stories, not a story of mediocrity or a story of lowered standards, rather but a story of dexterity, a story of doggedness, and a story of perseverance. Who in this esteemed audience today can give me specific examples of things taught, of things you think would probably happen in 2030? Who? Maybe none of us. But we see it already happening now. And that's why we need to be prepared for it. And next, the potential of Africa's supply chain and logistics. And I say a very big thank you to ACSC for bringing together this great opportunity and great platform. And I wish and I pray that we will continue to remain agile and move this nation forward. Thank you very much.
As life goes on, you learn to hold on. You learn to appreciate the finer things in life. The finest. I had a choice. I'd always choose love. Up or down, good or bad, I don't mind.
Sorry for the break in transmission. It was due to I can't blame power supply because we're all here. It was due to me not being present, availability supply of So kindly accept my apologies. I'm here now and we are back, we are live. Before we proceed, I would like to recognize the presence of Barrister Sam Wakohu. He's the Registrar of the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarders, CRFFN. Welcome, sir. I would also like to recognize the presence of the former chairman of the NITT, Olorogu John Ejunwoke O. Lastly, but not the least, I'd like to recognize the presence of Bishop Dr. Mrs. Chioma Grace. So, you know, when you're doing this work as an MC, let me even come down. These cameramen are blocking me. I like to feel my people. When you're doing the job of an MC, it's very interesting and it's intriguing because you get to see everyone gets to see you, and they're listening to everything that you're about to say. But this is my sweetest part of this job. When I know that I am about to announce, everybody's still listening to me. When I know that I'm about to announce item 7, because I know that everybody has been here and everybody is hungry. But I'm not yet there, don't worry. Item 7 is on the way, but it's ready, and I can assure you that it's outside, and I can assure you that everybody will have what to eat, everybody will have what to drink, and everybody will be satisfied. So, Titi, did they ask you questions? No, don't worry. I recall, for those that were listening when I was reading his profile, that my good friend here and bros, TT, has a master class that he does. True or false, sir? So take all your questions to that master class. He has assured me that he would answer all of you, right? So we'll proceed to the next event, which, in my head, is our chairman available now? Our chairman said he has plenty of things he wants to tell us, so I recall him telling me that. Please, music, DJ, while we find out if our chairman is available. If the nets are finally working. It's not working anymore. Bandit. Aha, thank you. So it's time for item 7. So we'll start from the tables at the front and we'll go out orderly. So this table, table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, 5, 6, and in that order. So ladies and gentlemen, let's have dinner. While we are having dinner, someone is going to come on stage and is going to serenade us. This person is an amazing musician. This person is an intelligent musician. This person, I've been privileged to listen to every single song that this person has written. And all his songs are written and composed by him. I've been there present at almost every composition. He's an amazing musician. And I don't say this because I've heard the songs. I say it because I'm preparing the ground for all of you to be amazed and blown away. He goes by the name Doing the Stoic. From the name, you should even understand what we are getting. This person is amazing. So he has some tricks that he does that tell you how amazing he is. And he has assured me that he will do it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but ladies and gentlemen, prepared to be wowed. And I say this with all certainty. So while we're about to have dinner, he would set up and as you eat, you shall be blown away. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner time. So let's start.
Journalist and other things, but today I'm here to sing a couple songs for you. I would say I'm glad to be here because when it comes to African Center, I'm not a stranger to the African Center family. I did a couple courses when I was younger. My father is Dr. Obere Madu, and yes, we decided it would be a good thing for me to come and perform music for you. I hope you enjoy this. This is a song by me called Go With Me. Yeah, we'll start with that.
Are you awake? There's a feeling I can't shake. I want to tell you, can't find the words. And always strange, but please hear me out. Remember when we used to dream aloud? We used to say that we would see the world. But now we're older and the world is a mess, and the bills give us stress, so we keep second guessing. So let's go and see the world. I want to travel far. Don't wanna do these things with somebody else. I know this is a lot, it's absolutely crazy, but tell me, baby, will you go with me? So here's the plan, we'll take a bus, to get a train, to get a plane, or whatever works. We'll go to France, we'll say bonjour. I say je t'aime and you say you love me too. So remember when we used to dream aloud? We used to say that we would see the world. But now we're older and the world is a mess, and the bills give us stress, so we keep second guessing. So let's go and see the world. I want to travel far. Don't wanna do these things with somebody else. I know this is a lot, it's absolutely crazy, but tell me, baby, will you go with me? The truth is there will never be a perfect time for us to leave. The only thing that matters is that I love you and you love me. Are you asleep? Are you awake? There's a feeling I can't shake.
Thank you. For the next thing I'll do today, it's a little party trick I have. So, with no prior practice, someone in the audience will give me a word of their choosing, and I will attempt to make a song out of it on the spot. So I want to hope I won't get too many logistics terms, but let's see. Anyone with any word for me to make a song out of? Of course. So someone has said supply, so I guess we'll try a song about supply.
Hello.
Safe environment. I will try and throw that in there.
So there's also procurement.
Okay.
So let's take it one after the other.
Yeah, I'll start
So
with supply.
We have supply.
Okay.
We have safe environment, and
So
then procurement.
Probably something a bit upbeat. So I've also not practiced with him, so he's going to come up with something as well. I will tell you, this is not the most convenient trick. It's very nerve-wracking, but we'll get it done. The rule is simple. When I ask, you give me everything I want to. The rule is simple. When I ask, you supply. You supply. See, I want to be clear. I don't want you told me I'm here. But see, we are out here and we're supplying everything you need. When you demand, I will supply. Say just demand, I will supply. Oh, won't you demand and I will supply. Say I will supply. Usually it's just one verse and a chorus, but yeah, that's usually what we do. Thank you. So the next song is a song from my first album released in 2018. It's a song called Are You the One? If you ever have existential crisis and talk to God sometimes, this would be a song you relate to. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Are you the one up in the clouds, the one they sing the songs about? Are you the one they call our king? Are you the one who takes my soul when I am off this earthly road? Are you the one the angels sing to? And for what it's worth, I've tried living my best life. I've held on to love with all my heart. And when this is over, I hope I'll come to you and ask you these questions myself. Are you the one who made the grass? Why did you make my heart like glass? Each time I fall in love it breaks to pieces. Are you a he, are you a she? And is your skin so dark like me? Well, tell me, does it even matter? And for what it's worth, I've tried living my best life. I've held on to love with all my heart. And when this is over, I hope I'll come to you and ask you these questions myself. Oh, why do we live to die? Do you even see the tears we cry? I'm not asking 'cause I doubt, just want to know what you're about. I pray that all of my good deeds are good enough. And for what it's worth, I've tried living my best life. I've held on to love with all my heart. And when this is over, I hope I'll come to you and ask you these questions myself. And for what it's worth, I've tried living my best life. I've held on to love with all my heart. And when this is over, I hope I'll come to you and ask you these questions myself.
Thank you very much. And before, I'm supposed to do one more of these words. So, safe environment is the last one I heard? Okay. Again, I'll see what you come up with. That sounds familiar. I feel like singing that. The thing is, I don't remember the words to Asha's song. I'm just going to try and sing Asha. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too. I wear uniforms and you wear uniforms too. Life is beautiful, don't you think so too, Mr. J-Line? Oh, you surprise, oh my point of view. You oppress, oh, every part of me. What you don't know, you're a modern slave, Mr. J-Line. I'm talking to you, J-Line. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let he who is without sin be the first to cast a stone, Mr. J-Line. Mr. J-Line, man. So I'll try the safer environment on a different key, please, before you kill me. I try to do things like I'm supposed to. I do the things that I want. There's something I need you to know, that I need to feel safe, yeah. But you're doing things that I won't prefer, and it's going like I thought it would. Oh, it's not safe for me here, so I've got to go somewhere else. Oh, it's not safe for me here. Oh, I need to go someplace else. All right, thank you guys. So there's one more song I have. It's a song called If I Am. I've been caught in a lie once before. I said I wouldn't cry if you closed the door, but the tears they come and they're fast as hell. See, you broke my heart and I wish you well. And the day will come when we meet again, and with open arms you'll invite me in. I'll remember all the hurt when you said goodbye, but I love you still and I don't know why. And I'll call you through love, and I'll forget the things you've done, But until the day that I will die, I want to always call you mine. If and I know, I never thought we'd be here again. With my hands in yours, I found peace within. There were nights when I thought the darkness would win, but you've come my way and I hope you stay. Ask me anything, I will give to you. I'll do everything that you ask me to. You say people will talk, please don't mind them, dear. 'Cause I've got your back, so have no fear. 'Cause I'll call you Ifunayamo, and I'll forget the things you've done. But until the day that I will die, I want to always call you mine. If and I am yeah. Thank you very much. My name is Dundas Stock. So my father has requested two of his favorite songs by me that I was somehow not prepared for, but we're going to find out. Stay the Night. Remember when we were kids? Remember when we were kids? Those days of skies so blue. Remember when we played games and the world wasn't yet so cruel. Remember when I lost you once, when I let go of us, yeah. Remember how I felt when you left and my heart tore into two. And now we are at crossroads. Do we stay or do we go? We have a chance to say hi or goodbye tonight. Don't say goodbye, oh baby, won't you come and stay the night with me? It might be the last time we see. Won't you rather take a chance than have regrets? 'Cause I'm sure it's the last time we'll see. So stay the night with me. We don't have to talk much, we'll do a thing or two. Yes, I know what you're thinking, and yes, we'll do that too. See, you're leaving tomorrow. Tonight is all we have. Don't say that you don't miss me, Oh, please don't make me laugh. And now we are at crossroads. Do we stay or do we go? We have a chance to say hi or goodbye tonight. Please don't say goodbye. Oh, baby, won't you come and stay the night with me? It might be the last time we see. Won't you rather take a chance than have regrets? 'Cause I'm sure it's the last time we'll see. So stay the night with me. Oh baby, won't you come and stay the night with me? It might be the last time we see. Won't you rather take a chance than have regrets? 'Cause I'm sure it's the last time we see. So say the night with me, with me.
Alright, thank you. I'd want to say that this is I think it's been a while since I performed in front of my parents, so I'm really glad this is happening. Yeah, it's been a while. And between both of them, this happened, so yeah, they are to thank for a lot of the musical gifts. The second song my father likes, End of an Era, I don't know if you remember it. It's an old song. Let me see if I would do it a cappella. How does this start? Okay.
The days go and I cry. I'm quite sure I'm not meant to live this life without you by my side. I hear you when I wake, but I know that you're much too far away. There's no one here to confide in. All these things that I hold on to my heart, they will make me mad someday. But until then, here's what I'll say. Goodbye to Lagos nights. Goodbye to sunny days. Goodbye to all the things we said. Oh no, it's over. Goodbye to all we had, all those plans we made. Oh, it's the end of an era. Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to go?
So it's a song I wrote. I think we were grieving at the time as a family. We had lost an elder sister, and yeah, it was a tough time. But it was a song I used to, process a lot of that. I mean, that said, I think I'll let you guys enjoy your food. This was a very great experience to do this for you, and I look forward to doing it again sometime. Thank you very much.
All right, so thank you, Dwayne DeStoit. I believe everyone was well serenaded. Whilst we eat, there will be a musical interlude before we go on to the remaining part of the event. I'll be back within the next 5 to 10 minutes to proceed. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your dinner. Don't choke on anything, please. We don't have first aid. And you know how surprising the time it will take in other countries is different from the time it will take here. I was listening, TT. I was listening. So please enjoy your meal. Thank you.
Until the night is over, I wanna hold you so tight, coming closer. It's been a hell of a ride, but every single moment you were there by my side. Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's magic anytime that we're together. I make I just love you and hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand, hold you for my hand, hold you for my hand.
Over and over again, yeah, my love is burning, babe. Feels like time is frozen and the night is for us. We're alone again, every moment's golden, yeah. Feelings I've been holding in, it must be love.
Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. It's magic and that's what you do.
Show me up, show me to the world. I wanna live my life with you. Show me up, show me to the world. I wanna live my life with you. You're like the beautiful sunrise in the morning. When I look into your eyes, you mesmerize me. Oh, you remind me that I am lucky, lucky. You're the one and I'm gonna live my life with. I just wanna spend it all with you and grow with you and live in life with you. Oh yeah, I just wanna spend it all with you and grow with you and live in life with you. Oh yeah, show me up, show me to the world. I wanna live my life with you. Show me up, show me to the world. I wanna live my life with you. You are the one, you are my heart. You are the one, you rock my day. You are the sun about my way. I never need to lose my way. You are the apple of my eye. You are the highlight every day. You are the one who makes me happy every day. You give me joy. You make me smile. You make me laugh away my worries. You give me reason to be alive. I just wanna spend it all with you and grow with you and be in love with you. Oh yeah, I just wanna live it up with you and grow with you and be in love with you. Oh yeah, so why don't you show me out, show me to the world. I wanna live my life with you. Show me out, show me to the world. I wanna live my life with you. Show me out.
Sugar cane sweet, but girl, your love is sweeter. So below juice mixed with a little ginger. Oh girl, I wanna be with you, but you know they got enough time for me. I wanna live with you. I got the reason why I can't let go. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Match on your chin, now okay, don't talk. Got me like a thief in the night, long jaw. But you know, say, all of my niggas, them ball. Nothing you go ever need at all. Match on your chin, now okay, don't talk. Taking it a break, I me, I know the rush. Baby, if you want me, catch a rebel, mommy, say with me. Yeah.
Show me a jigger, let me see. Let me see. And let me see the woman that is with. I put a couple $1,000 on your wrist. What's on your wrist? Mama, they can't touch you. I ain't never see this kind, babe. We do some kind things, make me feel some kind way. You know I'm not just tryna get laid, cause I know some kind chicks do it for the right pay. Baby, make I fire you with my machine gun. 16 rounds. be King Kong. Girl, you make a sample you my brand new song. Baby, love.
Oh, girl, I wanna be with you, but you know they got enough time for me. I wanna live with you, yeah. I can't see reason why I can't let go. Girl, you never know, say you come back so. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, say you come back so. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, you come back so. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, say you come back so. Man, them so far to find your love.
Señorita, mamacita, body bad and the craze for your features. Nice to meet you, Dimisika. Only wanna deceive on my future. Oh, I wanna teach your body a thing or two. If you know the things we do, this love in a beach of no April Fool. Yeah, girl, so mama, you me say 5-star boomba, nyata kaba kaba miaka tamina ngobe. Oh my, I need my boss, mama. All of my guys are thugs, but you know I'm rude. I mean, if you wanna give it up, but trap boomers for your love. All of the guys they want you, they don't know that I got you.
trendybeats.com.
Every little thing you did do to me, you sweet to me for body. She your loving fee follow me. Wow. Yeah, your bullet make I go crazy. I'ma get say you sure for me. Say make a withdraw money. Oh, man, no good downgrade. Need a carry your luggage. I define you for this. For this, I no drugs I fit to contain. Your body not baggage. So you know, see, I'm falling for love. Overdose me, love they overdose me. Now you, I want me love you, waiting for follow. Overloading, I'll be overloading. Your bank account, money plenty, tell me the amount.
No one told me love would taste like this. Got my money in my pocket like this. Bitcoin in my wallet like this. Wisdom in my knowledge like this. Follow God, I know they follow man. But you, I might have to consider. Trips to LA, taking photographs. She signed by me, then it's another rap.
Live to die another day for you, baby. Quit my Casanova ways for you, baby. The only time that you say that you hate me is when I take the last slice of pastry. Now I'm on the run. Loving you till kingdom come, but you drive me crazy. Send someone, still my billboard baby. Man, I'm gonna see they be. Mama, you dey, I mean like by me. I just wanna be there when you need me. Baby, now your matter, I did sing all day, yeah. Overdose, body overdose. I'ma say you carry overload, and you know you bad like commando, yeah. Oh, man, no good downgrade. You can carry your luggage. I define you for this. For this, and no drugs I fit to contain. Your body not baggage. So you know, see, I'm falling for love. Overdose me, your love they overdose me. Now you, I want you love you, waiting for follow. Overloading, I'll be overloading. Your bank account, money plenty, tell me the amount.
If you see her no man, tell him she be the one, no. Cause I know in my heart and my soul. If you do me jeje, me self I could be follow. Oh, tell your mama, pim. Now my guys, them know me. Since 06, I've been writing this story. I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know they blow trees, only lonely me lonely. Music chose me, just know this and know peace. I dey low key, but I'm never lonely. Sexy ladies, come wine for me slowly.
Now the love I see, now you wake me live. I be get the boy, I be seen that. Can't nobody only Jehovah. Now thank the Lord I dey go far. Who's in both, but I live by. Sana sound tell me in the shit. Bandana, don't leave it too bad. Midnight, look at Sharashika. They never see me. I go catch a shika. They never see me coming. See me coming. Everyone is coming. Danger boy, where they go funny. Where they go funny. Share Mr. Money. Them never see me coming. See me coming. Everyone is coming. Danger boy, where they go funny. Where they go funny. Share Mr. Money.
Person wey no person, you know they give person. If you want no person, you no go first person. I know they sick, you won't give me medicine. I get money, oh, you won't help me spend my money. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me, oh, yeah. I'm a winner, I'm a winner. Just believe that I'm a winner. I said just believe. I'll never do it like you do it. Just believe I'ma do it, do it. Yeah. Let me do it like I do it, how I do it. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, my mama. If you know what make you happy, oh, something go do you. Something go do you. Yeah. Water go show you. Thunder go yamo you. Something go do you. Something go do you. Water go show you. Something go do you.
Don't sleep, don't sleep. Wake up. Collect your money. Wake up. Collect your money. Wake up. Tera, go get the moolah. Wake up. Koniko kala. Kala kuya la wadila. Don't walk, you don't try. You supposed to be jai. Kilo come, you come, person matter, person we don't mind, boy. When I land softly on the sofa floor. So far so good, koni bajo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bukao, let me bukao. Let me see you, de buka, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bukao, let me bukao. Let me see you, de buka, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bukao, let me bukao. Let me see you, de buka, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, de buga. Better, go get the dollar. Wake up. Kala con huye la odila. Don't walk, don't try. Supposed to be high. Kilo con uno chef water. They feel when I'm mad. When I land so free on a sofa floor. So far so good, koni bajo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bukao, let me bukao. Let me see you, de buka, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bukao, let me bukao. Let me see you, de buka, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bukao, let me bukao. Let me see you, de buka, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you. Let me see you.
Balaco Ivan, Balaco come, Balaco Ivan, Balaco come, hey, Balaco Ivan, Balaco come, Balaco Ivan, hey, alogo, yeah, Papulu, yeah, Papulu, yeah, Papulu, yeah, Papulu.
You know me, I do like coco. Nothing you find go so good. Me, I get up for shukuto. Baby, your body roboto. Make up and I'm like coco so. Make up like you go opoto. Oyibo make we choco. Yeah, I'm bad. Kilo day, thank bad. Yeah, I'm bad. Double XL, long bay. One berry. Berry for me, one berry. Oti pẹ́ tójú mi ti ń lẹ́rì. Oti pẹ́ jù blackberry. Ojo koto, no say me I do like combo. Wetin you find go so koto. Oh, shower leather. It's your body dey roboto. Make us spin am like.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on with the event because we all have to get home. I was already getting in the mood to dance, but it's okay. We'll just do this and then we can dance after. Now we're moving on to the award ceremony of the night. First award of the day. The awards, please, would like the DG to come up for the presentation of the awards. Please, would like the DG to be up with us, and then he would invite
Okay, I hope you're enjoying the dinner. I'm told that food is still there, so you don't need permission if you want to go back. So right now is the segment of award. The award is how many here? 9. Okay, 9, and I want to please call on Olorogu to please come up and help us present the first 5 awards. Round of applause if your hands are free.
So, while we wait for Olorogu to join us up on stage. Oh, so sorry, sir. I hope it was not because of me. I'm sorry. My apologies. I don't have a goat that has not, that is pink in color. I don't have. So the first award of the night is the Supply Chain Awards under the, so we are in the Supply Chain Awards individual category. The first award of the night goes to the Supply Chain Personality of the Year in the Healthcare category. This award goes to Azuka Okeke, FACSC. She is the CEO, African Resource Center for Excellence in Supply Chain, ARCBSS.
And I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my
Azuka
destiny.
could not make it here today.
I have waited
so
patiently.
She's been
I have
represented
vision,
by
oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
a round of applause, please. While they take the pictures so that we can keep things moving, I'll be announcing the next awardee. The next award goes to the Supply Chain Personality of the Year in the FMCG category. This person is no other than Mr. Titope Bambele. He's the Director of Supply Chain Sub-Saharan Africa Business Campaigner and is the Supply Chain Manager of the Year. TT, as he likes to be called.
Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up,
All pictures are going on. We would move to the supply chain awards under the company. Oh, Mr. Bamidele is going to. That's one. Let me help you. I can take my picture with you so you can be on the award. So you get the next award you get. The first one, this one is for supply chain manager of the year. The next award you get is the supply chain personality of the year in the FMCG category. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Temitope Bamidele.
Patiently, I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me, so stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Champions, for the champions, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most.
So we're moving into the supply chain award under the corporate category. And the first award goes to God is Good Logistics, IT Logistics Company of the Year. God is Good Logistics.
Stand up.
Representation of God is Good Logistics. Can you please step up?
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. For the champions. For the champions. Stand up. For the champions. For the champions. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. For the champions. For the champions. Stand up.
African supply chain. African supply chain. I'd like to present this award to you.
Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
I would like to invite
stand up.
Representative of MTN Nigeria to get the award for Best Supply Chain Company of the Year in the Telecommunications category. Representative of MTN Nigeria, yeah, get the Best Supply Chain Company of the Year in the Telecommunications category.
For the champions, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Alright, thank you very much. We don't have to keep you standing for too long.
The best. Number one,
and I don't have to go to it. I speak in color. We'd like to invite on stage Barrister Sam Wako, the registrar of the Council for Regulation of Freight Forwarders, CRFFM, to present the remaining award.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions. For the champions, stand up.
And the next award
for the champions
goes to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is getting the award for the most innovative solution to supply chain challenges in the category of public health care. And the representative of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up
While pictures are going on, can the representative of Skelas Limited come forward? Skelas is being awarded in the category of Freight Forwarding Company of the Year. Skelas Limited.
Can representative pick myself back up, and when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up, and when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions.
OCP African Fertilizers Nigeria Limited. OCP African Fertilizer Nigeria Limited, the most innovative supply chain company in the agricultural sector. Please, can your representative step up?
I'll smile, don't know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. Yeah. I put my armor on so you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries today. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Break down. Only alone I will cry out now.
We are very, very conscious of time. So please don't get angry that we didn't give you time to say something. If you look at the awards, they were very, very carefully, not really carefully, because Temitope in the 2 awards collected almost all the votes. So, because we threw it out to the public to vote, Bill and Melinda Gates have created a model of supply chain in the public health sector that other donors are now copying. That's why they are getting this award. For OCP, OCP Africa is actually the biggest fertilizer company in Africa. But this is the Nigerian branch. And since they came to Nigeria, they have developed supply chain solution to difficult Nigerian problems. Ability to reach the people. And again, also, they built one factory in Kaduna, one fertilizer factory. They built another one in Ogun State. That they are going to Sokoto to build another one. And I was telling them last time that, but Anayo, the annoying thing is that they went to Enugu and they were giving them trouble and they left and took it to Sokoto. Okay, so I mean, that is it. Because agriculture without fertilizer doesn't make any sense. Then MTN, I've been with them for years. It's the company where other telecoms companies come to poach supply chain people. But even after they finish poaching, the supply chain remains strong. That's why they get this award. Who else haven't I talked about? Skelas. The chairman of Skelas Prince Shitu, who ought to be here. He tried to change his flight to come in because he's supposed to return to the country tomorrow. So I told him not to bother, since he has his people here. So that's it. Did I forget anyone?
Not that I think of. No,
Okay.
you didn't.
GIG brought a revolution in the transport business. When they built MMA2, the then minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, said by the time we finish building this airport, it will make other international airports look like a bus stop. I don't know whether he succeeded in doing that. So if you see GIG's depot, it just looks like Femi Fani-Kayode's MMA2. So I just had to do this so that we know that this was objectively done, very objectively. So I'll leave it there, but I had to say this so that we get the impression of how we came about this number of people. Of all the donor agencies, Bill and Melinda Gates stands out, and the rest of them. Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll go immediately into the induction ceremony proper. Please, when I call your name, this is the induction of the fellows. Please, DG sir, you can't leave us yet. Please sir, you can't leave us yet, sir. It's induction now, sir. You need help, sir. I'm here for you. I'm available. What do you need me to do? So the first fellow to be inducted today is Apostle Baba Edward Dauji. Apostle Baba Edward Dauji is a seasoned administrator with over 30 years experience in the international maritime industry. He started his career as an administrator in various ministries of the Kaduna State Civil Service. Apostle Baba Edward Dauji is the advisor and consultant on logistics, shipping, and corporate and community relations matters of Bicester Petroleum International Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Apostle Baba Edward Dauji.
You have their profiles, their full profiles on the. Some of them, if you start reading it, will stay here till tomorrow. On behalf of the Governing Council, fellows and members of the African Center for Supply Chain, this is to certify that Edward Baba Dauji has been admitted as a fellow of African Center for Supply Chain with all the rights thereof. Congratulations, sir.
The next award goes to the next fellow to be inducted tonight is Abdul Kadri Osori Hajara Ladidi. Born in Lokoja in 1978, she attained her BTech in quantity survey in 2004. She went on to obtain an MBA in supply chain and logistics from Malaysia University of Science and Technology, Malaysia. She's a seasoned professional who has been with the Nigerian Communications Satellite Limited since 2008. She's a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Information and Strategic Management, a senior research fellow, Institute of Commerce Research and Enterprise Development, and a full member of the African Center for Supply Chain. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Abdulkadri Osori Hajara.
Hajara is in Abuja. I don't know, are the online people still there? Oh, they are. Hajara, are you there? Okay, so she will receive a fellowship.
The next fellow to be inducted tonight is Abubakar Muhammad Nako. Abubakar was born in September 15th, 1971. Also not present, so please refer to...
It's also Abuja based.
Okay. The next award for the evening goes to Onwadi Ofokanji Emmanuel. Onwadi, please put your hands together for him as he comes forward. Onwadi Ofokanji Emmanuel is a graduate of accounting from the prestigious Northampton University. He has a postgraduate diploma in logistics and supply chain management, a postgraduate professional diploma in accounting from Canada. He currently heads the Transport Infrastructure Unit of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Onwadi Ofokanji Emmanuel. I'm sorry if I murdered your name at any point. Dr. Onwadi Ofokanji Emmanuel.
On behalf of African Center for Supply Chain, this is to certify that Dr. Emmanuel Onwadi has been admitted as fellow of the African Center for Supply Chain with all the rights therefore. So congratulations.
The next, while the pictures are ongoing, the next fellow to be inducted is Dr. Lawrence Jones Essan. Dr. Lawrence Jones Essan was appointed as a senior lecturer and a module director within the Business Global Health and Project Management Facility at New York University in London. He is a CEO and a director of studies at London Academy Business School, associate program manager, lecturer in managing projects, marketing, strategic management, entrepreneurship, and other business-related models. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Lawrence Jones Essan.
Dr. Larry Jones is being represented by Mr. Steve Adeloro. Steve happened to also be the chairman of the planning committee of this dinner. So, on behalf of African Center for Supply Chain, this is to certify that Dr. Larry Jones Essan has been admitted as a fellow of the African Center for Supply Chain with all the rights therein.
Whilst pictures are ongoing, I would like to invite to the stage Stephen Como. Born in 1970, Stephen Como started his work life. Stephen Chomo, sorry, apologies, Mr. Chomo. Stephen Chomo started, born in 1970, Stephen Chomo started his work life as a classroom teacher in Zan Commercial School. In 2009, Stephen Como was appointed the lead of MDS Logistics for Grand Cereals Limited, Offsite Logistics Management. He is an associate member of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria and Institute of Chartered Economists of Nigeria, as well as a certified warehouse manager. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Stephen Chomo.
Stephen has been a committed member of African Center for Supply Chain. I guess that's the reason why he is today upgraded to fellow. On behalf of African Center for Supply Chain, this is to certify that Stephen Chomo, FACSC, has been admitted as fellow of the African Center for Supply Chain with all the rights thereof.
Whilst pictures are ongoing, last but certainly not the least, is the last fellow to be called up tonight, Salisu Musa. Salisu Musa was born on September 5, 1980 and hails from Gusau in Zamfara State. He's a graduate of Procurement and Supply Chain Management from Kaduna State University and holds MScs in Operations and Supply Chain Management from Charisma University. Oh, he's not present. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Salisu Musa, even in his absence. So we'll move on to the induction of members. We would like to call all the members to be invited to be inducted up the stage. Please, when you hear your name, come forward. We have Mwabweze Joshua Chibweze. We have Itodo Kingsley. We also have Osinogwa Oluwatobi Israel. We have Oku Agu Okebe. We have Matthew Ini. Please come up. Yes, come up stage. Once you hear your name, please come up the stage. Matthew Ini. Bajumo Zainab Ololade. Okike Oji Kalu. Kayode Momo. Abdulaziz Ibrahim Oluwatosin. Samuel Ogenetega, Urom Basi Gabriel, and last but not the least, Omoge Thompson Ojo. Please come up the stage.
Somebody sitting here wrote all the membership of all the places she belonged. She didn't include African Center for Supply Chain. So it's a council will take a decision whether to withdraw it or not. So I'm talking to all the fellows. If we see your name anywhere and we see any other institute and the African Center is not one of it, then you will answer.
Kindly put your pin on your lapel. Or
they have to have
fix
the
them,
pin.
please.
If they don't have it, they won't be inducted.
I am a mountain, I am a tall tree, oh, I am a swift wind, sweeping the country.
I want to ask Ayo to join me here, Ayo Fasuba. Apart from the two fellows who presented the award, if any fellow is here, you can join me. So I need some power behind me so that I can do the swearing in ceremony. Okay, okay. All right, so now that everybody has the lapel on, welcome. So I'm going to say I will say Obiora Madu, but then you will say your name. So this oath is very important. At the end of the induction, please sign and return it to you. So we'll put it in your file. Anytime you go against any of the regulations here, we'll call you to order. I, of the African Center for Supply Chain, pledge to abide by the following code of professional conduct: to maintain and improve sound business practices and foster high standards of professional conduct, to encourage and cooperate in the interchange of knowledge and techniques for the mutual benefit of the profession, to uphold the high ideals of the center as outlined in the bylaws. I do hereby undertake to respect and abide by the ethics, code of conduct, and bylaws of the center in my personal and professional conduct, and will not engage in anything that is capable of bringing the profession or the name of the center to disrepute. I'm aware and do hereby accept that my professional misconduct and failure to abide by the code of conduct may or could lead to my suspension or expulsion from the center's register. So help me God. Congratulations. You are now full members of African Center for Supply Chain. All right, handshake.
Show gratitude at every point in time. On that note, we would like to thank Mountain Academy for being the sponsor of this event. We were not alone sponsor of this event. We would also like to thank RCSM. We would like to thank Africa. We would like to thank CRFFM. We would like to thank Pillars Group. We would also like to thank the London Business Group. We would like to thank particularly also Brisbane Campaigner. And we would also like to thank the Nigerian Institute of Transport and Logistics. We really appreciate your help in putting this event together for the sponsorship event with all is done. And we look forward to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe that we have all had a swell evening. We've had an amazing time. My name remains Maliki Okapo. We are not yet done. Because after now, the DJ is going to be playing and they are excited to dance. Those that want to dance, those that want to network. But before we do that and before we get to that point of the event, we would like to have the closing, the vote of thanks and closing remarks.
Stopping us now.
Alright, we would like to call on the Managing Director of Multi-Mix Academy. Please, if you're around, please, we need you to come for the vote of thanks. Please, wherever you are, we want you to come forward for the vote of thanks. Oluchi Okafor, the Managing Director of Multi-Mix Academy. While she comes forward, please, for those of you, if you for your corporate events, oh, she's here already. Please come and give us a vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. This is a very unexpected vote of thanks, so pardon me. I hope I get to thank everyone properly. This is the maybe second or third event that we're putting together in conjunction with African Center for Supply Chain this year, and we're really, really grateful to have all the supply chain professionals, or most of the supply chain professionals in this country, in a room once in a while to celebrate like this. We're grateful to have done this for the first time. We hope it won't be the last. I'd like to thank all the sponsors, all the professionals who are here, the fellows and members, and I wish everyone a safe trip back home. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You've been an amazing audience. You've had an amazing time today. Let's put our hands together for ourselves. As we go, we'll all get to our destinations safely. Please, one last thing. I like to say this before I go, and I'm a great student of supply chain now. There's someone in this hall. His name is Ima. Please, Ima, if you are here, please. You made a request, and I promised you I'll make it happen because I've been told that supply chain is when you make the product reach the end user. So, Mr. Ima, please come. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having a good evening with me. My name is Malechi Okafor. Have a swell time, and please, please, and please, enjoy good music and dance a little. Thank you very much. Have a good evening and compliments of the season.
It's time for unity. Can't you see we're heading into a danger zone? Don't you think it's time for the right song for us all? Yeah, 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 yeah. Music relieves the mind from frustrations, brings people together, gives them motivation. Can't you see we all need to be one family with a universal love? Now the time's begun for us all. Yeah, 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 yeah. Music, music is the answer. Don't you know that? Music, music is the answer. Oh, yeah. People can relate to music in every way. We need some unity to bring together you and me. We need some unity, bring together you and me.